So you're just getting into NFTs for the first time and you're wondering, where the heck do I start? Or you're already into NFTs and you've been doing it a couple months, so technically you're more of an expert at this point. Regardless of how much expertise you have in the NFT world so far, this video is going to show you the 7 tools that I use to find NFTs, buy them at a great price, and flip them for an even bigger profit. I guarantee you, if you watch all the way through the video, you're going to find at least 1 or 2 tools you've never heard of before, that you've never seen before. They're going to be instrumental in helping you flip some NFTs and make some money. So if you like NFTs and you like making money and you like helping out a channel just like this one, drop a like on the video and make sure you subscribe for more content just like this. The very first tool here that I use is a site called Rarity Tools. And before you freak out and click off the video, I know you probably have heard of this site before because it's one of the most popular sites right now on tracking rarities of NFTs. But there's a lot of different things you can use this site for to find really good deals on some NFT projects you might be interested in. For example, let's take the Doge Pound, a NFT project that I am very heavily invested in and has done really well in the last couple days. To find any project you might be interested in, you go to the collections tab right here and search project by name. For example, we go to the Doge Pound, it's number 11 by 7-day volume, click on it, then it'll pull up all the NFTs in that project. So the first tip here on this tool, the way I find really great deals is I go and say, okay, I want to buy an NFT from this project off the floor, but I want to see if I can get one that's a bit more rare, that might have a bit more value. I go over and highlight buy now to make sure that all the things that are showing up are actually for sale. Then I would scroll down and sort by low to high to see the prices that are lowest first, and this is basically representing the floor price of any project. This is what you go to see on OpenSea or on any other project like Sonar. This is the floor, the lowest prices that are listed. But the key here is that on the bottom, you'll see what the ID of each thing is. You'll see the price 3.6, doggy 4699. But on the top here, you'll actually see the rarity rank. So this dog is ranked 1100th, and you can see that there are 10,000 of these. So this one's a top 11% ranked dog. If you go ahead and click on it, we can actually see all the different reasons why it's rare. The trait count, the gender, mouth, all the different traits you can see on a project will be right here, and you can actually sort them by different traits. So if I wanted to see all other dogs at a trait count of 5, there's 186 of these. I click back out, and now I'm looking at all of the buy nows that have a trait count of just 5. So you can see these are the cleaner dogs that have a lot less going on, and sometimes that's a really pleasing feature for a lot of people. You can also see that, look at some of these rarities, 400, 800, 800, 800, 700. This low trait count tends to be a rarer trait. You can see right here that the lowest price is 3.6, but that hops up all the way to 4.2 and then really quickly goes to 5 ETH. If you're new here, you may be like, what the heck is going on? What are you talking about? Why do I care about all these different things? Well, here's the key. You can see what's the lowest price for certain rare traits or just overall rarity score for any project. The short and sweet answer here is using Rarity Tools allows you to identify super rare items for the same price as an item that might be listed on the floor. So a really quick example is I toggle on buy now, and the first 4 right here that are all listed for 3.6 or 3.7 ETH around the same price are drastically different in rarities. For example, this one right here, doggy 1650, is ranked 9,670th. That is almost the bottom of rarity scores. One of the lowest rarity scores you can buy. But for a cheaper price, I can get this dog right here that's listed at 3.6 ETH. That's a top 11% rarity. It's number 1139 out of 10,000. That's a much higher rarity than one that's listed at a similar price. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see another one right here that's listed for 3.9 is a 1290 rank, and this one still ranks higher in rarity. This one's got a lot going on. This one's a really simple, clean looking Doge, and it's more rare and it's cheaper. You'd never be able to find that kind of information this quickly on OpenSea. For example, if we click on this dog right here again and go and click view on OpenSea, actually someone's already bought it. You know why? Because it's a great deal. That's why. Someone recently just bought it an hour ago for 3.6 ETH. The price it was listed for, that's because it was ranked a lot better rarity for the same price as other dogs on the floor. My recommendation to you guys is to go on Rarity Tools and mess around with all these different features it has. This is a priceless tool that's free to use, and it helps you really identify some amazing deals. And just to be clear, I'm not sponsored by any of these tools, but these tools have helped me make a significant amount of money in a very short period of time. Your NFTs, you buy them, you mint them, you sell them, you trade them, all these kinds of things going on. You have a buy fee, you have a buying transaction fee, a mint price, you have a selling fee, a listing fee, a potential trading fee, a transfer fee. all these different fees add up, and there's no way to really know, hey, if I bought this for 0.1 Ethereum and I sold it for 0.8 Ethereum, you think, oh, I made 0.7 Ethereum, but you didn't, because there's a OpenSea commission fee, there's transaction fees, there's buying fees. After all of those fees, what did I actually make? Because every single time I flip an NFT, the fees are all different. Now, keeping all that in mind, I've made my own NFT profit and loss tracker that lists out every project I've invested in, the buy date, the mint price, how many of them I did, my cost basis, the OpenSea fee, which doesn't change, the project selling fee, which does change, the project listing fee, which changes based on gas, my sale price, and the actual amount I've earned to see a total profit loss. And you can see on some of these, like the Doge Pound, I've made a pretty dang good return on investment. But you can also see on some projects I've made pretty bad investments, but it's all relative, right? This is a 0.4 ETH loss, as where Doge Pound was a 1.9 ETH gain. Up here, you can see the total numbers that I really want to know. I want to know how much money have I brought in through NFTs, how many fees have I paid, how much money have I spent on NFTs, and overall, how much have I made or lost. And then for fun, I put it in US dollars to see, what's a number that I can relate to. Although the spreadsheet's really pretty and colorful and fun to look at, and it does a great job of tracking all this, I have to manually input every single thing I do. All these transactions are public on the blockchain. Anyone can see them, so it should be pretty easy in theory to integrate this into an application that does all this math for you without having to put in every single transaction that you do. And after quite a bit of searching, enter nftbank.ai. It took me a while to find this, but this is an amazing application that does almost exactly what I just showed you on my spreadsheet. You can see right here, I searched my Ethereum domain right here, and I actually found my wallet just by searching randomly. I'm not logged in or anything. You can see all the stuff going on here. The revenue, the spending, return on investment, which apparently is down. You can see right here, it tracks every single transaction, and it's got a really clean interface. You can see the actual artwork to really quickly identify what each project is. Shows you whether it's sold, received, bought, how much is bought for, the date, the network, the transaction. It's all here. It's really, really great. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. I can see my inventory, what I hold, the Doge Pounds I hold, what they're worth, all the other NFTs that I hold and what they're worth, the date that I bought them, the amount I paid for them, and the estimated price as of right now. And then this is a breakdown of your return on investment. How much money did I make on Crypto Gem Alliance? Well, I made 356% return on that investment. These nuts, I made 227 return on investment on those NFT flips. So nftbank.ai has all of the stuff that I said I wanted in the spreadsheet, but there is one major issue with the site right now. It doesn't have accurate numbers. Yes, the activity log is perfectly correct because it's pulling all the data from the blockchain and the public ledger, which shows exactly what happened. That's obvious, that's good. But when we go to inventory and we go and look to see what I'm holding and how much those are worth, you can see if I go to my Doge Pound right here, it's estimating that I have 1.6 ETH worth of Doge Pound NFTs. Well, I have 2 Doge Pound NFTs. You can see them right here and right here. But the estimated price, as you can see, is 0.808 ETH for each Doge. And we know from just looking earlier in the video that the Doge floor price right now is about 3.6 ETH. So this data is very old. It's from multiple weeks ago, almost even a month ago. With NFTs moving so freaking fast, it's going to be very hard for these sites to keep up with all the correct floor prices, and thus it will be very hard for them to estimate each value accurately. So if this site's able to update their APIs and refresh rates faster, where the floor price of these NFTs tracks better, this is going to be the golden site to use. There's no need for me to make a browser extension because this is the site to use right here. They've already done exactly what I want to see. The only qualm is that the prices right now are not quite correct. My return on investment is up. We saw on my tracker right here, I've made 3.8 ETH to date, and they're saying I'm down 17%. So there's no way this is correct. I know for a fact that I have a positive return on investment as of right now, and you can quickly see that these prices are not correct. I bought the Frontier Game Black Box at 1.13 ETH. That is currently valued at about 2.8 ETH. So these prices that it's estimating are either the acquisition price or the floor price, which the data is a little bit behind on. The next tool I have here is one I am almost positive you've never heard of, and trust me, this this is one you're going to want to look at because there's not a lot of other platforms that do it this well. This website's called Dune Analytics, and basically what it does is it tracks the floor prices and the statistics of each project. So keeping with our example here, we're going to go and look at the Doge Pound, and these are actually custom created statistics for each project. So if you have your own project you want to do, you can go and make these kind of boards with all these stats for each project that you have. So each of these ones are going to look a little bit different, but for the Doge Pound here, the top holder owns over 500 Doges, which is a lot. You can see the current floor price, and over here you can see the average amount of Doges owned per holder. This chart is showing the amount of holders over time. You can see that this project's been steadily growing in holders over time. It's almost at 5,000 unique holders, meaning that an average of 2 dogs per holder is a really, really great statistic. But to me, the most important statistic on here is the daily floor price tracker. Believe it or not, OpenSea does not have a way to track the daily floor. Just like any other cryptocurrency or any stock or anything financially, you want to track its history, see where there are support areas, see where there is peaks, see where there's valleys, see what kind of action's going on in the price. And this does that perfectly. I can see over the last several months, going back to July 18th, the price of Doge's floor over time. And you can see how it's got, some momentum swings. This is right around the time right here where Doge Pound puppies released. A lot of people bought the hype of getting a puppy by owning a Doge, and then it fell off. As soon as the puppies were released, it came back down around a 0.7 floor, and you can see right now it is absolutely going nuclear. It's going to the moon, quite literally right now. I expect this to come down a little bit at some point, but to be honest with you, this project in particular, I know I've talked about it a lot. I do think this project's going to hit a 5 ETH floor in the next month or so, and a 10 ETH floor at some point this year. Just to show you guys some different stuff here, let's look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club data. You can see right here, this is the OpenSea price floor. You can see it's held its price floor for a while right now. This is a bar graph as opposed to the line graph we saw for Doge, but you can see that this one's pumped a ton in August, going from about a 14, 15 ETH floor all the way up to a peak of around 45, and now it's held that peak roughly right around 40 ETH floor for the Yacht Club for the last month or so. You can see really quickly with this data that this makes the Bored Ape Yacht Club a blue chip NFT. It's holding its value over time consistently and steadily. There is a ton of different data for each project on here, so if you want to go and check out your project, see the history of it, see what the floor's been at, the peak, the valleys, how it holds over time with new launches and new drops coming out, what does that project do? Having the statistics and data like this at your hand to back up all the moves you're making in the NFT space is critically important in my opinion. The third tool that I use is Nft Calendars, and I will say that there are a ton of different sites right now trying to do this because it's going to be a big deal. How do you know about which projects are coming up when? You got to have a calendar that lists them all because there's so many projects launching every single day. So there's a bunch of different ones you can look at. Nextdrop.is is one of them. NFTcalendar.io is another one. For Solana, HowRare.is is probably the best one I've seen. It really cleanly and quickly lists out all of them in order here. Guess what? If you go back to Rarity Tools, you can click upcoming right here and it shows the upcoming NFT sales. I will say that some of these right here that are featured are paid to be featured, so don't get too caught up in what the featured ones are. These products are paying Rarity.tools to be listed in front. But you can see right here, yesterday's sales, today's sales. A lot of the ones on here I found aren't the best projects right now. There's a lot of crap projects on here, to be completely honest with you. I think How Rare is for Solana projects has pretty much every single project each day. That's still possible because it's on Solana. On Ethereum, there's no way you could possibly list every single project in a single day because there's probably over 100 at this point. But I would look at all these different websites. Nextdrop.is, this one's pretty clean right now. You can get an idea of the artwork really quickly. Some of these have Solana, some of these have Ethereum. NFT Calendar is mostly Ethereum projects. This one's a pretty clunky website still, kind of hard to see, but the main point here is you're trying to get the calendar information to see what projects are coming out. And then there's another one called NFT Sol Calendar. This one's specifically for Solana. I found that Solana has a lot better calendars so far than Ethereum does, probably again because Ethereum's got 1.5 million launches per day, that it would be really hard to keep up with all those drops. But it's important that you put together some kind of structure and calendar that you can go and look and say, okay, over the next week, these are the projects that are coming out, and you pick out the select ones that you are most interested in, that that you think have the most potential. And there you have it. Those are 7 tools that I use that are absolutely amazing and critically important to NFTs and flipping NFTs to make a profit. I'm sure there will be many more tools that come out in the NFT space as the space is rapidly growing and innovating, and it changes every single day quite quickly. And I'll make sure to show you guys all of those amazing new tools that come out that I find on my own. But to get that information, you have to go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss any of these videos. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified when I post new videos, and definitely smack a like on it if this information helped you at all, which I'm telling you it's going to help you quite a bit if you use it to your advantage. I've talked a lot today, long video, hope you watched all the way through. If you did, leave a comment down below saying we're all gonna make it. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.